Hey guys, it's Vicky. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and Facebook Marketplace, and I make videos like this about my journey as a reseller. So today's video, I want to talk real quick about Poshmark and Mercari ratings and reviews and what to do when you get negative reviews or feedback. So we'll start with Poshmark real quick. Poshmark, if you didn't know, if anybody leaves a rating under 5 stars, you're the only one who sees it. Nobody else sees it. The only way that the public can see your reviews or your love notes is if they leave a 5-star rating. Now, people have been known to leave negative comments in the love notes, but leave you a 5-star rating. So be, aware of that. Obviously, if they do abuse the system like that, you can report it to Poshmark and they will have that removed. So don't stress that. I see a lot of people stressing over Poshmark, how people have done that, just the feedback, just people leaving negative messages in the note when they leave like a 2 or 3-star rating. Yeah, you're the only one who can see that, so don't stress that other people are going to see that. Another thing I have also noticed is people get extremely upset when they get low ratings and reviews, and they go and question the buyer of, why did you leave this? This was perfect, yada, yada, yada. You have to understand that when this is technically the general public, okay, and you're going to have people from all walks of life with just everybody in this world, okay, and there's all types of people in this world. So you have to be aware that there are going to be people who are going to be very nitpicky, people who just are not ever satisfied, and that's just part of it. That's why I hated working in retail, because I always had somebody who came in with a problem every single day. It's just part of this type of work. I think working online like this, dealing with the general public is, I guess that's what you call it, right? It's a lot easier than it would be with me being face to face with a person who's angry and mad. And so I'm okay with this. If they want to leave me a bad review, go for it. Bad rating, go for it. I know you can't satisfy everybody, and I'm not going to stress myself out because of that. And I don't think you should either. It's not healthy. So try really hard to remember that you cannot satisfy everybody. So Poshmark, easy peasy as far as I'm concerned when it comes to the rating system. Yes, I understand some people want to keep that good 5-star rating, and some people do a really good job, but the more you sell, the more people you're going to encounter, and the more people that are probably not going to be satisfied. So try not to stress yourself out over it. Let's talk a little bit about Mercari. So on Mercari, they have a system a little bit different than Poshmark. So basically, whenever your buyer receives their item, they can rate you or not rate you. I think they might do like a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, they give you a star, and they don't have to write a review, but some choose to write reviews, some at length, some negative, some positive. So everybody can see your reviews on Mercari, negative and positive. And keep in mind, you can't satisfy everybody, okay? No matter how well you package the item, how accurate your description was, sometimes it's just not enough. So yeah, that's the one thing on Mercari. So I know a lot of people want to be able to see the buyer's review before they leave, but that kind of defeats the purpose. Like, were they a good buyer? Did they buy your item? Did they, give you problems up until the point that they got the item? Like, those are things that you're supposed to be rating them on. So technically you can't rate them because they left a negative review. And that just goes back to my whole, you can't satisfy everybody. So, a lot of people want to be able to see reviews, and I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I'm rating my buyer. Like, the buyer purchased the item. I didn't really have any problems out of my buyer, so I'm going to give them 5 stars, I don't know why they even have a rating system for sellers to give to the buyers. It's kind of strange to me because, they bought the product. If they're not going to let us see their review, then it doesn't really make sense to me. Now, there are some ways around it apparently, which I'm not going to even specify because I don't know if it's true, and honestly I don't care. So I don't know. But yeah, so everybody can see anything they write, and you might run into some people who are off their rockers, and they might leave some crazy stuff on there, and there's nothing you can do apparently, because Mercari's customer service is not very good, is what I'm gathering from other people. I read a lot of Reddit, so, and Reddit is toxic, especially in the Mercari thread. But anyway, yeah, so, you know, with that, you just have to learn from what they're saying. And yes, they may be off their rocker, they may be, you know, too picky, but you can take advice. Like this one person told me what I should be doing in my listings. I should be putting something near the item so they can tell how big it actually is. I was like, okay. My item was on a mannequin, first of all, so I'm not really sure what they want to do. Like put a quarter next to it. I don't know. But I decided, well, okay, so my item is on a mannequin. So what I can just start doing is putting the mannequin as a size 2-4 in my description, right? And that would solve that problem. So I learn from these negative reviews or comments that these people make on Poshmark as well as eBay. That's weird. So that computer just came on and nobody's here. Anywho's, it's the dead hour. It's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So now I'm a little freaked out. I just try to learn to help people be more satisfied, you know, like I put measurements in my listings. I try to describe the item as best I can. I try to get the most clear photos showing the most accurate colors, but sometimes that's not enough. And like I said, people don't always read descriptions, you know. Sometimes you have to let your photos describe the item, and that's all to it. So maybe, you know, you want to put, you know, the size of the mannequin down in the bottom corner of the main photo. I mean, it will look tacky, but hey, if it helps, it helps. So the biggest thing that you can really do when it comes to getting these negative reviews is learn from them, you know, and try to do things differently to appease those types of people. That's all you can really do, you know. There's not much else you can do. I don't suggest arguing back and forth with these people. If you want to block those people, then I guess block those people, but they were a buyer. You never know, because sometimes people who are, I've had people who were not satisfied with something they got from me, and they still came back later and bought something else on Poshmark. So, I mean, just because they leave you a negative review doesn't mean they're going to do it every time they buy from you. So if you block them, you're basically preventing them from ever buying from you again, and that could be good for you, and that could also be bad. So that's pretty much it. Learn from your negative reviews. Take what they say and say, okay, well, what can I do to prevent somebody leaving a review like this again? For me, for this one that I got tonight, I learned, first of all, I will no longer bundle items in my Mercari store for people. I will, you know, if there's not a size label, I will make sure that I specify to them through message that there is no size label and to please use the measurements before they purchase, or if they just purchase the item, make sure I let them know that, because as long as you communicate with them and you let them know before they get it, they'll be aware, and they can either cancel the order if they want to cancel it, or I could cancel it, or they'll just be aware. And then of course, you know, the mannequin, you know, I need to just make a note in my descriptions that the mannequin is a size 2-4. So people know, okay, well, that's how it fits on a size 2-4. And of course, to ask them to please use measurements, that there are measurements to help with sizing. That's all I learned from this review. But like I said, it's a learning thing. So when these people leave reviews, it's to help you improve. And it's no different than going to a fast food restaurant that has a 1-star rating, and when you read all the reviews, or like, you know, the cashiers are always on their phone, you know, the fries are cold. These reviews are there to help the company improve, you know. Maybe have somebody, you know, ban the phones, you know, no phones on the floor, you know, put your phones in a locker or something. Fries need to be, you know, fresh after a certain amount of time. I mean, you know, they learn to improve through those reviews. So negative reviews are not a bad thing. They are a good thing. They help you learn to do better. Even when you think you're doing the best that you can do. I mean, there's always room for all of us to improve on everything. All right, guys, so that was everything I want to talk about. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. You can also follow me on Instagram at Allie Bethany, and you can send me a DM if you have a question that you'd like to ask, privately. And yeah, so I will talk to you all in my next video. Take care and stay safe.